Hey guys, welcome to Why Shy Why for this week. Thanks for joining me. Today I want to talk about performance in software. Is it always good to have software that runs fast? I'd say no. Stick around. Alright, so here's my dilemma. I think that sometimes it's okay to have software that runs slowly. And that might just be a personal preference, or it might be something that's based on, well, truth, facts, and data, right? Let me tell you guys a story. Once upon a time, and I think I've actually shared this with a few of you already. Once upon a time, I had a development team and we built out a report. And this report used to take 60 seconds to run. That is a lot of time to take for a software to just hang and build a report for you. Now, it did a lot of things in the background and it sort of merged a lot of data sets, so it kind of made sense that it was going to take a while. Let's fast forward a couple of years. That software was running now in production. Everyone was using this report. No one had complained about it. No one had worried about it. No one wanted it changed, or there was no request for a addition or some sort of maintenance. But yet, we took on the task of making this report go quicker, right? And that was basically an academic idea. We sort of thought, well, everybody thinks that faster reports are better, so we should make this report fastest because we've done an audit and this is the slowest report. So far so good, right? Okay, so we then go ahead and spend the following 3 hours fixing up the database, changing some of the triggers that would make this thing slower, changing the code, changing some stored procedures, doing whatever we need to do to make this report run slightly quicker. And it ran really quick, right? We were able to do some magic and it got it down to about 2 seconds, 1 second. So we were running this thing really, really, really quickly. Okay, so off we went and we deployed this thing and we thought we were amazing, great, of course, because, we had taken it from a minute wait to a second wait. And let's face it, you can't get to do that sort of impact very often in software. And the response we got from our user base was, well, eh. And I thought to myself, well, that's a bit crazy, right? Does that make sense? No. So we showed them again, we did a demo and we went, look, this thing used to take 60 seconds. Now it takes 1 second. How awesome are we? No response. Okay, now I had to figure it out. This is one of those moments where I think now software that runs slow is fine. Let me go and run you by the facts again. We spent 3 hours working on fixing this process that runs usually for 60 seconds. And when we were done, it ran for 1 second. So we were able to save 59 seconds. Yes? What we didn't realize, or what some of us didn't realize, was that this report gets run once annually. Right after the budget period, it gets run and everything gets done using this report. So, for our user base, the hit of 60 seconds per year was not a problem. They were happy to wait because it did some amazing things with merging data. 60 seconds was a small price to pay, right? They only really ran it once a year, maybe twice a year if they were doing some sort of trial balance type thing, but really only in anger once a year. But it took us 3 hours to fix it, to make this performance magically appear. So really, what did we do? Well, the way I think of it now, the payback period on those 3 hours is 180 years, right? Someone is paying back our development cost for the next 180 years because we're saving them 59 seconds. And obviously I've changed the numbers to be a little bit more easier to calculate in my head. But what I'm trying to get at, guys, is that faster software is not necessarily better software. Think about the use case, think about the context, talk to your business analysts, talk to the people on the side of the users and ask them, hey, why is it that this doesn't bug you? You know, you're always making noise about feature X and Y, but this, from our perspective, is such a bad, terrible thing you have to do. Wait 60 seconds every time this report runs. And what's the deal? Well, it only runs once a year, Shy, so we don't need it to run very quick. That one lesson in my career changed my perspective on how software should work. So let me ask you, leave a comment. Do you think that the academic exercise we went through was the right approach? Or do you think that if given the understanding of context, you would leave that performance problem alone and go on and work on something else that's more important? Over to you guys, let me know. All right, talk to you next week.